it's YoBo. Welcome back to day 243 of Life According to YoBo. Honey, we're talking about ridding your life of mess, stress, and other people's BS. Y'all better do it. You ain't got to wait till you get to heaven to live in the sweet by and by, honey. You can live in the sweet by and by right now. Check it out. Get my books at YoBoProductions.com. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm glad you returned for more of the life and death of Mattie Canton Bowie. When we finished the day 242 message, I was talking some big talk. I was talking about emotionally detaching yourself from situations. And when I flashed back during the message on somebody who really ticked me off, I had to stop, get myself some water, because I felt myself getting fired up. I had to plead the blood of Jesus, tell myself to calm on down. Then I share with you all. Sometimes you got to get to the point where you say, you know what? I'm tired of hitting this rewind button and living this over again. Y'all go back and listen to the day 242 message. YoBo was putting it down. I watched that video, and this hair is tickling me again. I watched that video. I'm like, oh, YoBo, that's a good message. That's going to help somebody. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, YoBo, yes. Let me tell you what happened. Same fool that I was thinking about that made me halfway ticked off in the middle of the message. Why I get a text message from them? And I'm looking. First of all, I'm trying to figure out, why didn't I have this number blocked? Or why didn't I have them saved under do not answer? And I'm looking at the message. And the first thing I wanted to do was respond and say something sarcastic. But I had done all that big talk yesterday. I said, well, I will respond and say something nice. And reply, I said something nice. They replied to my message, but their response really opened the door for me just to go right there and say what I wanted to say the first time. Even though they said something nice, I could have flipped the script and just really went there. And I said, YoBo, don't do that, YoBo. You better than that. And I looked at the message a couple times. So during the night, looked at the message again. Was taking everything in me. Not to say what I want to say. And then I remembered, you have emotionally detached yourself from this event. I took my little finger, scrolled over, delete, and I'm done. Let me tell you what Mama said. Lord, even though I may have hurt feelings, I will never hurt again. Once you emotionally detach yourself, that doesn't mean when you think about it, you won't get angry. It doesn't mean you won't hurt. It doesn't mean you're letting somebody off the hook. I can't control what people do to me. You can't control what people do to you. We can control the way we respond to that event. Mama can't help the fact that her mother was dead. She can't help the fact that her mother was murdered. She can't help the fact that her father was somehow involved in her mother's murder. But what Mama can do is control the way she feels about the whole thing. And what does she say? Yeah, I'm still hurt. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's the same thing for you. It's okay. Whatever happened to you, whatever that event was, that series of events, if you hurt, that's fine. Because you know what? If I cut you, you're going to bleed. You can be hurt. But what Mama said, I will never hate again. She's going back to what Grandma Lula pounded in them. You must love. You must always forgive. Why? Because Mama said, I knew not then that hate is the sting of death. When you hating people, it hurts you. Years ago, I watched T.D. Jakes. He was talking to a group of, may have been women, men, mixed audience, not quite sure. But he had a big black SUV right on the stage with him. Car looked good. The car was shining. Nice little hubcaps on it. But when he went and opened up the trunk, all this junk came pouring out. And the title of his message was Junk in the Trunk. Even though the car looked good on the outside, so much stuff you couldn't even get in the car. There was so much junk in there. That's where my mother was. She had a lot of junk in her trunk. From 1931 to when her mother was dead, to when she wrote these words I just read, Lord, forgive me, for I knew not then that hate is the sting of death. She wrote that in 1993. Do the math on it. 1993. From 1931 to 1993. That's a long time to be lugging around junk in the trunk. Could she have done this sooner? She probably could, but it takes time to get here. Mama had health insurance. She had good insurance. So she was able to go see a medical professional. That's why I told y'all, go get yourself some professional help. In my case, when I was going through my little years and years and years of stuff, I didn't have medical insurance. I had to figure this out on my own. As I read my mother's words, I'm realizing that's exactly what I did. I had to get to the point where I realized this ain't good for me. Okay, whatever they done, whatever will be, will be. As the message ended, the day 242 message, I was telling you, the people you angry with, they ain't thinking about you. Have you ever had someone call you? I have. Many a time. They'll call me. Oh, I talked to so-and-so. What happened with you and Sister Watermelon? I'm thinking, Sister, what happened with me and Sister Watermelon? There ain't nothing happened with me and Sister Watermelon. Why? Are you sure? Because, well, I'm not trying to be messy, but she called me and she's really upset with you. And I'm thinking, Sister Watermelon from our church? Yeah, yes, Sister Watermelon that sit on the second row that always wear the big hats? Yeah, that one. Sister Watermelon with the big booty? Yeah, that one. Huh? We talking about to say, she mad at me? Girl, yeah, she mad at you. I don't know what happened, but she is mad at you. I have had that happen so many times where people have picked up the phone or just told me, whatever happened with you and her, you need to fix that. I ain't got no idea. I don't know what they talking about. Mad at me and I don't have a clue. I just had it happen a couple months ago where I had a friend call and say, what's going on with you and, what's her name? I'm only telling you because she was really upset. I raised my right hand to God. I ain't done nothing to that woman. Honey, if you offer me $10 million right now to tell you why she could possibly be upset with me, I'd bust out and start crying because I'd have to walk away from the money. I ain't called the woman the B word. I didn't call her the H word. I didn't talk about her mama. I didn't borrow money from her and never pay. I don't know the woman. And the only reason I have her number in my telephone is because she gave me a check and I forgot to deposit the check. Her phone number was on the check. I called her to say, is it okay to deposit this check? And she told me to wait until such and such date. Then I called her the second time to say, is it okay if I deposit this check now? I just want to make sure in case something came up. She said, go ahead and deposit the check. I put the check in the bank. That's the only I don't know why the woman upset with, but for whatever reason, something happened. It's real to her. It's so real to her that she emailed someone and told them. And when they picked up the phone and called her, it was so real that she went ahead and she just let it all out. I ain't thinking about that woman. She can kiss me where the sun don't shine. I ain't done nothing to her. May the Lord God bless her real good. I ain't done nothing to the woman. Just like I'm not thinking about that woman. Whoever done you wrong, they ain't thinking about you. Oh, I promise you. Oh, I'll bet you some money. I'll bet you one of my grandchildren. You ain't crossed their mind. You ain't crossed their mind 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012. You ain't crossed their mind this millennium. They ain't thinking about you. Meanwhile, you are just like that big old nice looking SUV the TD Jakes had on the stage. Look good on the outside, but open up your mind. Open up that brain of yours. What's in there? All this junk. All this stuff. And I'm not trying to minimize what you went through, but all this stuff that you lugging around. I've had this conversation with people, and they'll say, you know, YoBo, you're right, but you don't understand everything that happened. You'll not be getting ready to get saved under do not answer. We ain't having this conversation anymore. If that's what you said, YoBo, you don't understand what I went through. It's okay. You ain't ready. But when you get to the point where you say, I'm getting ready to clean out this SUV. I got old French fries in here, newspapers, had the dog in the car, he pooped in here. I got some rotten Easter eggs in here where the kids left the Easter basket in here. I got clothes that I can't fit anymore. I'm getting ready to get all this junk out of my trunk. Not just in the trunk, back seat filled up with all this stuff. When you get to the point that you say, I'm getting ready to unload some of that stuff, that's when you can do it. But if you're sitting up there with your SUV full of stuff and you can say, YoBo, you don't understand. Oh, it's okay to keep on driving, boo. To keep on. It's okay. I still love you. Just drive on. Remember, Mama had professional help. I didn't. And it took me a long time to get to the place where I said, I'm ready to let this go. Because many a time, had I talked to someone and they said, you need to let this go, I would have said, oh, you don't understand. But you don't understand what they did to me. Matter of fact, let me tell you again what they did to me. What does that mean? You ain't ready to let it go. Hold on to it. Don't be like Mama. Mama carried this around for 62 years before she said, I'm ready to let this go. Her sister never did let it go. Went to her grave with her SUV full of junk, full of hurt, full of disappointment, full of anger. Replaying it over and over in your mind. And when you replay it over and over in your mind, every time it takes you right back there. Come back tomorrow because we're going to talk about how powerful the mind is, why you need to let certain things go. Well, and why I need to find this music right here. Well, y'all, I tell you, I hate when I gets to running my big mouth like this, because like I told you, life will always present you with an opportunity to practice what you preach. Oh, I was ready yesterday to say something real nasty. Real nasty. I had to reel myself back in and realize we got the power to choose how we are going to respond. We don't always have to be sad. We don't always have to be depressed. We don't always have to be crying. That's a choice. Once you make a choice, I ain't doing this no more. But you got to detach yourself from the situation. All right, y'all. Come back tomorrow for day 244 of Life According to YoBo. See y'all. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Mwah.